Welcome to the Real Estate Show. From buying to selling and everything in between. Rochester's home for everything real estate. And now, your hosts from the Anthony Butera team of Keller Williams Realty, Greater Rochester. It's Anthony Butera and Jason Mancuso.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Real Estate Show. Got Anthony Butera. We got Jason Mancuso here. Episode 12. 3 months of this.
Does go by quick.
You guys are big rock stars. You get noticed in the streets, type of thing.
Oh yeah,
It's going on.
Endorsements are coming in.
Yep, I get hit up all the time. I got to. It's getting bad where I do the Wegmans home delivery. I can't even walk through. Wegmans
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that? What's Instacart? Have you ever done
Once.
the Instacart?
It was strange.
Dude, they rip you off, man.
Yeah, it's more expensive, right? Like a lot.
Well, yeah, you don't leave your house though. That's
Right.
right.
I could see the value in that.
Yeah, don't have to leave the house. But I gotta be honest with you, like when I do go grocery shopping, it's probably like one of the most peaceful times of my week. Actually,
Sure.
You should try with a 3-year-old.
No, that's your problem. Listen, don't associate your problems with my problems.
Problems.
Okay?
It's fun. It's actually pretty
No,
fun.
well, let's see the results.
Grabbing stuff off the shelves, throwing it in the car.
Smashing things. So, do they still give? Does Wegmans still give the cookies?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, they do.
Well,
Apples. Give?
Give,
I don't know
yeah.
if they give.
No, they used to give them away. Remember?
Charlie Paul Wegmans.
They always
There's a
did.
bucket of cookies that you
Yeah.
can
Really?
grab some cookies from and apples.
Yeah, my mom used to. I mean, me and my brothers would always go, and then we'd go right to the bakery, and they would always give you a free cookie. No?
I tell you what, that bakery section is a freaking racket.
Oh yeah.
Because we go in, the kid sees the cookies, freaks out, so we got to get them. And it's
Yeah.
like $5 for 2 cookies.
That's not a bad deal. I don't know what anything
Well,
costs.
the Instacart, I don't know if you noticed, I used it once, and I signed up, and I was like, let's try it out.
Yeah, because the first time they give you a good deal. They give you like, and that's why I tried it, because the first time, I don't know if it was like, it was free, there was no upcharge, so like, all right, let's try this. But I don't believe that they're Wegmans employees.
No.
Yeah, it's
like Uber.
Yeah, it's an outside service.
So like they'll have their fee. So let's say
Yeah.
it's like $10 a month or something. So you got to pay that, and then there's like an area that looks like a tip. So like it'll be called like let's say it's like your service fee.
Yeah.
And you can choose the amount for your service fee. And then after you choose that, it says tip after, and then you
After
put
the
a tip.
service fee.
And when I read up on it, the service fee goes directly to the company, and nobody else gets that.
Really?
The tip goes to the people, and you can deny the service fee, but they act like it's almost like a tip. So you like double tip, but only part of the tip is going to them. And then they did that thing where they kept my card on file, and at the end of the month, they hit me for $150 for the year.
Oh, no.
You know what I
Wait,
mean?
you automatically got like enrolled?
Oh, I called them, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
No thanks. But they enroll you automatically. I'm like, where's this $150 go?
I knew the delivery girl was not associated with Wegmans.
What are the hours? It could, degenerate me is thinking
Like
about
4 a.m.
beer and chips
Well,
at
now
midnight.
you have Uber Eats, right? So they'll pick up whatever you want. And now they
Oh, is that how that works?
yeah,
Really?
Uber Eats, yeah. So they just affiliated with Tahoe's. That was a big that was on the Facebook feed forever. They'll go and pick up a plate for you and drop it off.
I want the Uber Eats guy to come pick me up, bring me to the restaurant, and then bring me home.
That's called Uber.
That's called Uber.
Yeah, but he's not going to wait there.
Yeah, just call another
Yeah,
Uber.
just call another Uber.
No, see, I remember I was telling you,
like
I sit in the front seat with my Uber guy.
Yeah,
he did one Saturday, made him clear out the front seat,
Yeah.
and that's kind of weird, just me sitting in the back alone. So
Yeah.
I like to get to know my Uber driver. And the guy, you know what? Speaking of tips, I went to tip him the next day, and he had it shut off.
The tips or the...
on the Uber,
I didn't know you could do that.
right? And I didn't have any cash on me naturally, so the guy got the shaft.
Scumbag.
And he had to rearrange his whole car for me.
Yeah, he had to get rid of all the stuff he had. How pissed was he?
What did you talk about?
We had a good conversation.
Yeah, it must have
Actually,
been great.
I gave him my card. He was thinking about buying a house. Perfect.
Yeah. Listen.
That's how you make connections in real estate. You go on Uber.
I just Uber all day long. That's lead generation.
I invited the guys from the team over to watch the basketball games. So this was like probably 12 beers later. So I can imagine what that conversation sounded like. That's awesome. There's no chance that guy owns a house.
He he's listening, and you just defended him. No, he's going somewhere else.
All right, we'll move his house for free.
So what do we got? We got real estate myths. We'll do that.
Mythbusters.
Mythbusters.
We'll go through some real estate myths. Get it from the pros, whether they're real, not real. Let's see. Let's get into it. Grab a couple of these myths because there's a ton of sites with these. All right. Okay. Marketing expenses are not the agent's responsibility. So. Marketing, I'm guessing they mean like your home, right?
False.
Yeah.
A lot of times, if this would apply to, us meeting with a seller, and, seller's thinking, okay, there's the real estate commission, and then they're going to get a bill for plus. That's not the case. I mean, at least I would say the vast majority of realtors out there that, it's just a flat fee. We get our commission when you sell the house and it closes.
Yeah.
If the offer is accepted and dies, we don't get anything.
No, so buyers and sellers, we'll talk about that. So, the difference I think with listings is your biggest expense is marketing, advertising that house. Listings take, 90% of our admin's resources are being used with marketing the listings, right?
Right.
Buyers are different. When you're representing a buyer, most of your expenses come in the form of regular or super unleaded, right?
Right.
Because depending if they buy the first house they see or the 40th house.
Yep. You're driving.
Yeah, you're driving. So the expenses are a little bit different. But the good thing is today, the way that you market homes compared to, well, I shouldn't say compared to anything because there's still so many agents that clog up the Saturday real estate section. And I'm not bashing the DNC, but the demographics of buyers and sellers that we're looking for, I'm not looking for a one and done client. I want a client for life. I want to service them. I want them to tell their friends who are closer to our age than they are grandparents' age. So,
plus the reality of the DNC, that Saturday morning real estate section in our market is that.
What was our team's budget this year for the DNC? Oh, that's right, 0.
Right. But it's just the people that are looking at.
Yeah.
If you're looking like you're in the market to buy a home, and you're looking at that, what are you doing? You're not using that as a resource, so it just ends up being another, it's advertisement, and that's certainly important in our industry, but
you can't track it. We really we prefer to advertise into arenas where we can track our ROI, right? Our return on investment. Right. And a newspaper ad, I've never heard an agent say, they called me because they saw the listing in the newspaper and I sold them the house.
Right. Sure.
It's a rarity.
Probably 10 years ago, more relevant, but not now.
I would say 90%, forget that, 99% of the eyes that are looking at homes in the Saturday DNC, it's just a hobby more than anything else. If you're a serious buyer, you're not waiting for Saturday's paper to come out to, oh my God, the paper's here, let's see what's available. And then they open it up. That's not how people are looking for houses anymore. Right. And if that's their only outlet to look for houses, they're probably not going to be buying a house. You should probably start looking at assisted and independent living facilities.
Yeah, I know my mom and my wife kind of do the same thing, but in different ways, where my mom will look
in
through
the
paper and be like, oh, look at this house is worth $300,000? That's ridiculous. And my wife will drive and she'll see a house for sale and she'll look it up.
Yeah.
And then judge it that way.
Sure.
They judging houses just in different ways.
And in this market, you have to get those ads in at the DNC by let's call it Wednesday. In this market, if that house is available for you to put it in Wednesday in the paper, it's probably gone and already sold by Saturday. Yeah. Now you're advertising sold houses.
And you're doing open houses and could be canceled, could be sold.
And the cost is remarkable. And I don't know if you've seen that real estate section, even when I first got in the business about 6 years ago, it was pretty thick. And now it's kind of like the yellow pages, right? You've seen the yellow pages go there's nothing left.
So nobody's going to get hit with a bill for
marketing. It's all inclusive. Yeah. The percentage of the commission of the sale is inclusive of everything. You don't get a bill.
This isn't marketing, but it can kind of go into it. What about stuff like what's it called? You like bring other people's furniture in, like
Staging.
a house, and
That's not going to be included, unfortunately.
Yeah.
A stager's going to be on the sellers. I would prefer there to be nothing in the house instead of staging. I think there's certain homes where staging's important. If they have like all oversized furniture and it makes the house look tidy in the photos, I think it's time to bring in some furniture. And I'm not going to say, because staging has saved a few of my listings in the past. Some quick little easy things. We're actually now we're looking at ways to make our listings pop, and we're finding real economical ways to do that. So,
the important thing of this marketing conversation is that you can meet with, say you're selling your house, you can meet with any realtor in town. They all have the same ability to get it blasted out online, right, through what's called the MLS. It just comes with being a realtor. You push submit on your listing in the computer.
Syndicates out to all the other websites.
What we do different is, we have to spend a lot of money to make sure that these websites, it has first placement, has the most exposure that it can to benefit a seller and, buyer as well. And then on top of everything else that we have a staff of 2 right now that are, constantly doing whatever is needed around each listing, around each transaction. That's the difference with us compared to most, in that there's a lot more moving parts that frankly cost us money as an expense, but it puts us in a position to serve our clients the way that they deserve.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going through real estate myths here. This one, it's 2 myths, but I kind of want to put them together. This one is: a home passes or fails inspection. Also, inspectors have to find something
Good one.
wrong with it. So there's 2: passes or fails, and the inspectors are like, they need to find something. They got a quota.
Get this one all the time from buyers. Did the home pass inspection? There's not a pass fail. So myth busted.
Yeah.
You're getting an inspection done for you to decide if you're comfortable with moving forward and buying this house or not. So it's up to you. The pass fail is on you, personally, as to whether you're good or you're not, or you need to ask for a credit or repairs done or what, based on the inspection findings. Mm-hmm. So there's not you passed, congratulations, you bought a house, or house fails, run away. And the inspector is going to tell you that as well. They're not in a position where they're allowed to, tell you can or cannot buy this house. It's all, it's a buyer beware market, right?
They educate you. They let you know what to look out for. This hot water tank is 12 years old. The average lifespan of a hot water tank is about 10 to 12 years old. This furnace is beyond its average life expectancy. It's working today, could go tomorrow, could go another 10 years. This roof, it's a 15-year-old roof. It's a 30-year architectural shingle because we're in Rochester. You'll probably see another 10 years. So you're educating yourself on the home. Now, for me, right, existing homes are existing homes. Used cars are used cars. You know what the catch is, right? So a lot of buyers go in to an inspection thinking, we're asking for everything that is wrong. And here's the problem. These inspectors, within their report, they will write down deficiencies within the house that were not deficiencies when these houses were built. They're comparing it to today's building standards. Yep. Mm-hmm. So, like, the constant is the GFI outlet, ground fault interrupting, GFCI.
The ones
outlets.
that trip.
Yeah, the ones that trip. The outlets, those ones. So any outlet within, like, I think it's like 3 feet, or is it 30 inches of a water source, a kitchen sink, a bathroom sink, anywhere there's water, you're supposed to have a GFI outlet. Now, when that house was built, that wasn't code. A lot of the older homes, they've just got the 2-prong outlets. There's no ground there. So a lot of people what they'll do is they'll replace the 2-prong with the 3-prong, because a lot of our appliances now have the 3-prong, so it's the only way to get power. That doesn't make it grounded.
Right. Sure.
But, with that being said, I think it's up to the agents to feel your buyers out. By the time they buy a house, I think you pretty much kind of figured out the kind of people they are. So educating them before the inspection
Right.
is so much more important than after the inspection.
Well, and we did a whole episode around this, I believe, where, I mean, what we
Jason,
do is...
I'm on a lot of TV
Yeah.
shows and radio.
Can't keep them straight. But what we do is an inspection costs like $400, $400 depending on the size of the home and what you do. We know, I've said it before, I'm not a handy guy, but we know what to look for in homes. So we should be telling the buyers, hey, here's the age of the furnace, here's what the roof looks like. I like to set a budget that you need to plan for in the next 5 years or so that you're going into the inspection just, okay, nothing else is wrong other than what we already knew about. And if there is something new that pops up that's a major issue, okay, that's the point of the inspection. Maybe that's where you consider failed. We didn't know about this before, and this is going to cost us $5,000 over the short term, and we're not willing to deal with that, so fail.
Or you mess with them like I do and say, oh my God, you guys, whew, the inspection, we got a D. That's great. We squeaked by. We'll be closing in about 7 weeks. That's passed.
Pass, yeah.
So do inspectors have to find something?
Well,
I've never seen an inspection where they didn't find anything.
I always tell people, keep in mind, you're paying somebody to find what's wrong with the house. So even if it's brand newly constructed home, they'll point stuff out.
Yeah.
Right.
You're going to pay for a whale watch without seeing anything, Mark? You're going to be pretty pissed.
Oh yeah, what do? Do they give you your money back if you don't see the
Whale watch?
Yeah.
No, they bring you to the closest Walmart.
Okay. All right, we got myth right here. Weekends bring out the most serious buyers.
That's a good one. Hit or miss. Certainly most people are off on the weekends compared to working during the week, so the schedule allows for more looking.
I think your most serious buyers are going to get into what they want to get into today.
I think in this the conversation to this market where we live right now is if you're a serious buyer, you have to know, doesn't matter if a house is listed on Friday or Tuesday, if that house is listed on a Tuesday, you need to get in. It's probably not going to be there come Saturday.
Yeah.
So if you see something, you're set up on your search, you got things sent to you as they come on the market. If you see something that pops up and it looks like it's going to be a fit or has potential, you better be calling your realtor to get in it ASAP. I mean, this is a market where literally you have to drop what you're doing, more or less.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it happen repeatedly where buyers can't get out of work. You have a job that doesn't allow you to leave work, and you lose out on a house.
Yeah.
It sucks, but this is the world we live in.
We always tell people because the average consumer, the respect of the real estate agent's time is non-existent because there's always going to be someone that'll get you. If you keep calling, you'll find someone that'll get you in the house at any time, right? I mean, last night we covered something, 15 minutes notice. Mm-hmm. We made it happen for one of our agents. Mm-hmm. But with that being said, give them a little kickback, and so you want to get into this house, but you can't get in there until. Let's just say today we're Monday and they can't get in until Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. Well, that doesn't work for my schedule. So are you working the next 2 days? Yes. Do you get a lunch break? Yes. Perfect. Let's go on your lunch break. I'll meet you then, right? If you're looking for me to rearrange my life, I get it. We're in the service industry, but give a little bit as well. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of agents, again, it's setting those expectations up front. If your first conversation is completely about doing whatever it is that you need to do for them, they are, in their defense, they don't think they're, interrupting your life, but they don't realize what some agents have to do. Right. My case is a little bit different, but what that might mean for Jason is he's got to drop his kids off at his parents or his in-laws and, rearrange his family schedule. Now maybe dinner's not at 6 o'clock. Maybe now it's at 8:30 at night. So just, be cognizant of other people's schedules as well.
Well, and shameless plug, but the approach that we have, Anthony and I have a team of, there's 10 of us total, so 10 agents. So, we tell our buyers up front that, hey, the benefit, I'm not here to say that I'm pawning you off, but if I'm out of town, if I'm sick, if I'm booked that night and you need to
always
get into
have
something,
to cover.
There's a line of 9 people that I can go down to, somebody will be able to cover.
Sure.
And that's the benefit, to us, not to disparage individual agents, but that's kind of a premium that we provide service level wise.
And for me, I always get the phone call of, hey, listen, I saw your new listing pop up. My real estate agent, they're out of town for the next 5 days. Would you mind showing us the property? And I'm sitting here going, number one, we have agency law. We're licensed. Like, we can't interfere with those relationships. Number two, who's your agent, if you don't mind me asking? And if it's somebody within Keller Williams, I know it's not going to be a problem because we cover each other's backs as a company. Right. We have a private Facebook page that literally you put up a favor that you need and 3 people are jumping on it. Right. But what I always do is, listen, I can appreciate that your agent is out of town. Typically when someone goes out of town, they have someone cover their business. Right. So can you find out from that agent who's covering their business? And if they're not, call their company and let them know the situation. If they work at a good company, I'm sure they'll find someone to get you into that house.
Right. If not, then decision making.
Yeah, I've got to be most purposeful with my time, and it's not showing you.
Yeah. Right. All right, let's do...
back to the original question. I think the busy
Saturdays?
weekend
Yeah.
is... I mean, you may have more of a shot at, like, the looky-loos that are searching through the D&C section to find open houses to go sniff through underwear drawers, stuff like that.
We've all been there.
Stuff.
Yeah. Never been there, but...
All right.
Liar.
We'll do one more myth here. Busting myths, real estate myths. It's better to price a home on the high side if you're selling because it can always come down. So it's always better to price on the high side.
I'm not necessarily going to bust that one. I think it applies to 2 schools of thoughts in the market that we live in right now.
Yeah.
You can go... I mean, high is relative. So if you're going high to where it's like...
I think you just picked your nose on...
So you're supposed
Jim
You
Boeheim?
just did the Bohem.
Jim Boeheim? Did I really?
It's all right. Go ahead.
I didn't eat it.
Way to call
You
him
didn't
out.
eat it.
I could have edited that out,
You didn't eat it. I'm drinking Monster.
If you're going way high to where... I guess the point would be that the market out there, the buyers out there are savvy to know that if your house should be selling in the 150 range and you're priced at 200, people aren't going to look at it. They're going to look at it and say, this guy's out of his mind. Why would they price it like that? If you're priced at 160 and it should be a 150, then okay, you're within reason. So, the answer to the question is you can price high as long as you know that you need to adjust right away.
Yeah.
In this market, again, homes are selling quickly, flying off the shelves. If your house doesn't sell quickly, there's either something wrong or it's overpriced.
Yep.
So if there's, a lot going on with the house that's deficient, then okay, that could be a factor in combination with a high price. But if the home is, more or less good to go,
Yeah.
and it's not selling, unless there's some other factor, then it's probably overpriced. The flip side of the coin being that if, you kind of, I guess the other approach that we take is like, here's a price point that we feel very good about, and this could lead to these bidding wars that you're hearing about. And, multiple offers and, selling in a day, 2 days type of thing.
It's the majority of the listings that is what's happening.
Yeah. So, and, that's kind of the 2 strategies that we've been laying out for sellers. Is here's a price where we feel pretty confident that it's going to sell quickly, gives us the best chance of, potentially selling for over our asking price or right at our asking price or pretty close to it. Here's a price where, look, you owe it to yourself as a seller. You got a nice home. Why not get the most money possible?
Yep.
But if we don't get it right away, then we have to adjust back to, recommendation A, I guess.
Yeah. It's tough right now because you're going to get the most amount of money that you would ever get for your house in today's market. This market's insanity. But as far as what it's worth, like I always joke, any agent that says they know exactly what your house is worth right now in today's market, they're lying to your face. We can give you a pretty good ballpark. We're okay testing the market, but testing it might mean $5,000 more than what our professional opinion might be. Right. But I already know exactly what your house is going to sell for, whatever someone's willing to pay for it. How's that?
Right.
Right.
All we can do is put it in the best position to get qualified people through the door, and the market's going to dictate what it's worth from there.
Yeah.
All right. Sweet. All right. So busting some real estate myths here on the Real Estate Show. You can talk to Jason or Anthony by by going to ButeraTeam.com.
Anthony Butera.
AnthonyButeraTeam.com. Check it out there. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on iTunes. Subscribe on Stitcher. Up on YouTube. All that good stuff. You can search us and find us there. And we'll see you next time.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening to The Real Estate Show. Find us on Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. If you're looking to sell or buy, talk to the Anthony Butera team of Keller Williams Realty, Greater Rochester. Visit AnthonyButeraTeam.com.